The fairy event is rapidly approaching us in Grow Garden. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys 10 tips that you can use in order to prepare for this next event. Because guys, trust me, if you don't prepare now, you will not be at all prepared for this update when it gets dropped. And guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your username down below. Because for every subscriber that I get from now to the end of September, I'm going to be giving 1 million shekels to one of you. So make sure to subscribe. Anyway, guys, let's go to the first tip where it is actually, so this is my beanstalk growing garden where, you know, it's all pretty much a bunch of plants that you would need to grow your beanstalk. And one thing that I will say is do not delete any of the stuff inside of this garden yet. You guys want to make sure that you keep all the fruits that are inside your garden because we do not know what type of fruits that we're going to need in this next update. So until we have more leaks about what the quests of the next update actually are, don't delete anything in your garden. So for the second tip, what you guys are going to make sure that you want to do is you're going to want to place a bunch of filler crops in your garden for when the admin abuse drops this Saturday. Now you may be wondering, why would I want to just place a bunch of random crops? And here's exactly why. Say that there is a brand new admin mutation that is absolutely insane and you need it, but your huge bone blossom in your main garden did not get the mutation. Chances are one of your filler crops in your garden probably will get it. So you can use pets like the T-Rex or the Spinosaurus, which you can easily trade for. And I'm not kidding, guys. If you look at the T-Rex's passive, every single 20 minutes it devours a random mutation from your garden and then roars, spreading that mutation to 3.37 other random fruits in your garden. So guys, when admin abuse happens this Saturday, make sure you just have a bunch of stuff in your garden so you can get all the mutations possible. And for the third tip of this video, what I heavily recommend you all do is go to the seed shop, right? Every single time it restocks, which is perfect timing right now, and just buy every single seed that you see inside of the shop from now to when the update releases. Now, you may be wondering, why should I buy every single seed that I see? Well, it's simple. I have so many seeds in my inventory for the sole purpose that I never know if one of these seeds is going to be needed for a quest. For example, we know that there's a fountain coming inside of the fairy update. And say the fairy needs a dragon fruit. If I don't already have one of my dragon, I can just place one down with my dragon fruit seed and then boom, I can get the reward that it's going to give. So just make sure you have every single seed so that you can get every single reward when this new update drops. And for tip number 4, it involves the beanstalk. So you're going to want to grow this thing up real quick. Because what this tip is basically is you're going to want to buy everything that this giant is selling. Now, I think it's pretty self-explanatory why I'm telling you to buy everything that this guy is selling while you still can. But if you don't know why, it's simply because we don't know if we're ever going to be getting any of this stuff that this guy is selling back. So just make sure you stock up on everything because like, as you can see, I have 2,000 cans of beans. So I don't know how long these are going to last me, but chances are a pretty long time. And guys, if you still want a griffin out of a sky crest chest, well, this is going to be your last chance to get one. And there's so much other cool stuff in the shop that you will never be able to see again. So just please, for my sake, just go in here whenever you can and just buy everything. Now guys, for tip number 5, it actually involves the gear shop. Now in the gear shop, as we all know, that there's a bunch of useful stuff that we can actually use. And one of the most important things inside of the shop are the sprinklers. So you're going to want to make sure whenever you see a sprinkler inside of this shop to buy it instantly. Because for next update, we don't know if you're ever going to need any really big plants. And if we do need big plants, you're going to be wishing that you were in the shop buying sprinklers when they were in there. And there's so many other useful tools in here that you're going to want to make sure that you have for this next update. Now, for tip number 6, I'm actually doing this right now. I have a bunch of really rare pets inside of my garden just farming XP. And you may be wondering why. It's simply because I want to get all these pets to age 50. And this is because when the next update releases, I have no idea if they're going to be releasing a new pet mutation. And if they do, I want to make sure that I get that on my pet. And guys, this actually involves the gear shop again, because say I want my disco bee to level up faster. If I use a medium treat on it, it will level up so much faster. So just make sure that you guys don't miss out on any of these rare pet mutations and just level up your pets. Okay, for tip number 7, it may sound a little bit counterintuitive with some of my other tips, but trust me, it'll make sense in a second. Now, I did say to you guys to make sure that you buy everything, but that might have been a little bit of an exaggeration because you're still gonna want all the shekels that you can have. Because as we know, shekels are a very important part to the game. And if say you need 10 million shekels in order to use the fountain, it would absolutely suck if you were just short of those amount of shekels and you can't get any of the new shiny rewards in this new update. The way that I think that you can balance this is by buying all like the less rare seeds that are most likely to be used inside of this next update. I'm gonna say anything from like the dragon fruit down, they don't really dabble with too much in updates. So if you have the money, you could splurge on some of the more expensive seeds. But you know, if you're just riding on like barely enough money to survive, maybe just buy some of the cheaper stuff. For tip number 8, you're gonna want to make sure that you're on top of every single leak that is released for this next update. And if you guys don't know how you can stay on top of all these leaks, don't worry, you guys can just join my Discord server. It's the first link in the description. It has every single leak you could possibly need. And you may be wondering, why is knowing the leaks helpful? It's because once we get all of the quests that you're gonna need for this update, plus everything else, it'll pretty much tell you exactly what you need to buy now, as well as so much more. So just stay on top of them, please. And then for number 9, I'm sure not a lot of you guys are going to be doing this, but please do not skip the admin abuse. Admin abuse normally happens an hour before the update drops. So for me, the update drops at 10 a.m. EST. So that means that admin abuse would probably start around 9. And what we learned from last admin abuse is that you should stay for at least 30 minutes after the admin abuse ends. Because a little bit after the admin abuse wars this weekend, Jandel gave everybody a chicken zombie. So you probably don't want to miss out on something like this again, so just stay for an extra few minutes. And everyone, for the last tip of this video, tip number 10, sell your useless pets. Now, one thing I will say is before I sold all my mandrakes, I had about 50 of them. So I literally couldn't open up any eggs or get any new pets because I didn't have enough room. So don't be afraid if you just have a bunch of random pets that you're never gonna use or trade, just kind of toss them. You don't really need them. Or if you really want to keep them, get an alt account up and just start trading to it, because that is the easiest way to just clear out your inventory. So I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe. It's very appreciated by me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.